2019 was definitely a rough year for me, mostly because of my mental state and various other things of that nature, not to mention a few other things that were on my mind, but I'll be getting into that into this video. So anyways, hey guys, I'm Keenan47, aka Wolfkeen, with a retrospective of the year. So, 2019, like I said, this was a very rough year for my channel, and for me as a person because I was suffering mental and emotional problems, mostly because I think I've said this in before that I'm not the biggest fan of living in New York, and in fact being in New York has depressed me in so many different ways and yada 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 that I've been trying to make changes in my life because I've been gaining weight, I've been taking poor care of myself, I've been very lax in areas where I should be more serious, and this has led to me being in a poor state mentally, emotionally, and physically. Which is why I've been making changes in my life and been doing everything I can to basically improve on it, which I will get more into that in the video itself. So first things first, let's talk about the channels themselves, because I just wanted to bring up that one brief thing about myself. So what's been going on with the channels? Well, for the Wolfkeen channel, not much, honestly speaking. I did finish up with the Wolf podcast with the rest of my friends, which we're planning on probably doing more of the Wolf podcast. We want to finish up with the 2 OVAs that we didn't do for Persona 5. We want to get to work on the video game movie marathon. And as well as that, we want to work on other Persona animations like Persona 4 the animation, Persona 3 the movie, and as well as Trinity Soul, which I came up with the idea to talk about Trinity Soul and Zachary was on board with it, so we may do that in the near future, but who knows. Besides that, there hasn't really been much on the Wolfkeen channel besides a few Wolfkeen's thoughts using a new format that I'm actually quite happy with, as well as releasing a couple of other videos of that nature. I do have more planned to be released in the near future, which were recorded and otherwise in 2019, but just haven't found the time yet, especially with what's been going on with me lately. As for the Wolfkeen Plays channel, I've been getting to work on Let's Plays and stuff like that, even working on a few one-off Let's Play, some demo playthroughs, and even getting further with the Shenmue Let's Play. I have all plans to finish Shenmue in the near future, because once I'm done with Shenmue, I plan to move on to the Warriors. And I also want to get back into Dark Souls 2, because I did want to do Dark Souls 2's DLC before I eventually moved on to Bloodborne, which is something I really want to do in the near future. I just gotta find time. But first things first, I promised Zion Craze that I would play the Warriors, and I am going to play the Warriors. So that will be the next after Shenmue, and then it'll be Dark Souls 2 DLC. I may end up recording Dark Souls 2's DLC just to get it out the way, since it's not too long and I know what I'm doing. And another thing is, obviously, once we get the Warriors done and Dark Souls 2 done, I need to figure out what my next playthrough will be. Also, if you've noticed, I've also been uploading more Fortnite videos, and I've stopped with the Payday 2 on Switch playthrough. Mostly because, now that I know that Overkill is out of reconstruction, and basically they have no plans to update the Switch version because of their current situation, there's no reason for me to continue that playthrough. If I ever decide to go back to Payday 2, it'll be on the PC with friends, or the PS4 for another kind of Let's Play kind of thing, but that's beside the point. So yeah, when it comes to Let's Plays, there's not really much for me to work on or otherwise. I'm just finishing up whatever I could finish up. Oh yeah, and there's also Monster Hunter World, which I'm almost done with that, and I've been starting the Iceborne stuff. Beyond that, what do I have planned for the future of both channels? Well, for the Wolfkeen Plays channel, obviously, like I said, I plan to do the Warriors once I'm done with Shenmue. I want to finish Shenmue so I can start working on the Warriors. Once I do the Warriors, I want to go back to Dark Souls 2's DLC so I can finish that up. And there are a couple of other games in the backlog. Not to mention, I did a poll on Twitter and people wanted me to play The Last of Us. Yes, I know Naughty Dog is caught in controversy right now with crunch and yada yada yada. But I did want to play The Last of Us as a Let's Play at some point, and then maybe play The Last of Us 2 as a Let's Play for people, so that way we can have this sort of round circle. But I've made it clear that The Last of Us 2 is probably going to be the last Naughty Dog game I buy, pretty much for the time being. But that's neither here nor there. That's more or less a future plan. So yeah, finish Shenmue, do Warriors, finish Dark Souls 2's DLC, and then we'll see where things go from there. Along with doing maybe some more Fortnite and otherwise, who knows. As for the Wolfkeen channel, besides obviously doing more Wolfkeen's thoughts and yada yada yada, as well as getting the con vlogs for YomoCon and BronyCon, YomoCon 2018 and BronyCon 2019, There's a few other things that I have planned, one of them being a brand new series called Wolfkeen's Backlog, where I look back at shows and stuff like that that I missed out on at one point in my life, and I'm now going to watch the first season of to see, like, did I miss out? Am I glad that I missed out? And yada yada yada. I already have the first show in mind, and I've already got a couple of others that I plan to do, but I'm going to be working on those pretty soon. And not to mention, another thing is that I've also been editing for Dean Akami / DMPun3000. That's where most of my work has been going. I've been editing his videos, and by editing his videos, I've gotten a lot better when it comes to figuring out how to do quality on my videos in terms of video processing and shit like that. I've also learned a few new editing tricks doing his videos, and various other things of that nature. If you want to see the work that I've done for Dean Akami in his Let's Play, there'll be a link down in the description for his Let's Play channel, but I would also recommend checking out his streams, because he streams a wide variety of games, and sometimes I pop in when, you know, he lets me, or I just get bored. Sorry, Dean. But, yeah, there's not really much else for me to say. Like I said, 2019 was a rough year, and I didn't get a lot done. I'm looking forward right now to 2020, the brand new decade, the start of a brand new beginning, and yada yada yada, except for a certain you-know-what that I'm not going to say, because then my video will probably get flagged or taken down or whatever. But 2020 is a brand new decade. It's pretty much like a new beginning for a lot of people, and to be honest, and I'm going to say this right now, I could really use a new beginning. You know what? Yeah. I could use a fresh start. I could use a new beginning, and I could use motivation to help me keep going forward.
In fact, I think it's time for a change of scenery.
What have I done?